Hey guys, this is Harjap back with another video, and today I'll be talking about the NHL. In today's video, I'll be ranking the best teams in the NHL based off of how many points they've earned during the regular season since the salary cap era began in 2005. The teams will be ranked based off of the average amount of points they've earned in the last 13 seasons. Also, be sure to watch the whole video because there are many surprises in the video, and be on the lookout for many more uploads this summer. Anyways, let's get on to the video, and be sure to enjoy. In number 31, we have the Edmonton Oilers with an average of 76.5 points per season. The Oilers have been very disappointing ever since they made it to the Stanley Cup Finals in 2006 and have only made it to the postseason once since then. Nevertheless, I hope that McDavid can lead the Oilers to more success in the future. The Arizona Coyotes placed in 30th on this list with an average of 81.8 points. The Coyotes have struggled for a majority of the salary cap era, and they've only accumulated more than 100 points once. In number 29, we have the New York Islanders, who have had an average of 83.8 points. The Islanders have had little success in the last 13 seasons, and their misfortunes will likely continue because their superstar John Tavares was just recently signed by the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Florida Panthers placed in 28th despite also having an average of 83.8 points. I will be breaking tiebreakers in this video based off of which team had the most points in a single season. In this case, Florida had 103 points in the 2016 season, while the New York Islanders' best season saw them getting 101 points in 2015. I placed the Buffalo Sabres in 27th with an average of 84.5 points. The Sabres have had very good seasons during the beginning of the salary cap era, but since 2014, Buffalo has failed to get more than 82 points in a single season. Hopefully, Eichel and Dahlin can turn the Sabres toward the right direction for the future. The Colorado Avalanche placed 26th with an average of 84.5 points. The Avalanche won the tiebreaker because they had a 112-point season in 2014. The Columbus Blue Jackets are in 25th with an average of 84.7 points. The Blue Jackets have not been very successful until they hired John Tortorella, who has helped them reach the playoffs for 2 seasons in a row. In number 24, we have the Toronto Maple Leafs, who have averaged 84.8 points in the salary cap era. The Leafs are heading into the right direction and are Stanley Cup favorites for the upcoming seasons, with players like Tavares, Matthews, and Marner on their team. We have the Carolina Hurricanes in 23rd place with an average of 86.4 points. The Canes had an amazing year in 2006 in which they won the Stanley Cup. Otherwise, the Canes have been mediocre at best during the salary cap era. I placed the Winnipeg Jets in 22nd place, who had an average of 87.3 points. The Jets/Thrashers franchise struggled up until the 2018 season, in which they show that they are Stanley Cup contenders. Before their 114-point season last year, the Jets never got more than 100 points, and they never got less than 76 points. The Calgary Flames placed in 21st place with an average of 89.6 points. The Flames have been the definition of mediocrity during the salary cap era. The Flames are always on the cusp of making the playoffs, and when they do make it through, they almost always get eliminated in the first round. In number 20, we have the Tampa Bay Lightning, who averaged exactly 90 points during the salary cap era. The Lightning were not a very good team up until 2011, when Steven Stamkos started showing that he was a generational talent. Don't be surprised if the Lightning win the President's Trophy next season. Number 19 is an unexpected team in LA, who averaged 90.9 points a season. This was a big surprise to me because the Kings have won 2 cups in the salary cap era. The Kings' best regular season actually came in 2010 when they got 101 points before falling to my Vancouver Canucks in the first round of the playoffs. The Ottawa Senators placed in 18th with an average of 91.3 points. The Senators have been a good team and they've had 2 100-point seasons during the salary cap era. But recently, they have been horrible and their best player Erik Karlsson may be headed out of Ottawa. In number 17, we have the Philadelphia Flyers, who averaged 91.6 points. All I can say about the Flyers is that they have tremendously underachieved in the playoffs. I placed the New Jersey Devils in 16th place, who had an average of 92.2 points. The Devils have actually done really well during the salary cap era because they have had 5 seasons in which they have accumulated more than 100 points. The Minnesota Wild are in 15th place with an average of 93.2 points. The Wild have had good and bad years during the last 13 seasons, but I believe that their best seasons are behind them and they'll likely have to rebuild. The Montreal Canadiens are in 14th place with an average of 93.4 points. The Canadiens were headed in the right direction until they traded away their superstar PK Subban. Montreal is an amazing hockey city which will have to wait a few more seasons until they can make the playoffs again. In number 13, we have the Dallas Stars, who average 93.5 points. The Stars have been a good team in the regular season, but they have struggled to get deep into the playoffs during the salary cap era. In number 12, we have the St. Louis Blues, who average 93.6 points. The Blues have enjoyed a lot of success in the regular season. They had 5 straight 100-point seasons between 2012 and 2016. My Vancouver Canucks are in 11th on this list with an average of 93.6 points. The Canucks won the tiebreaker due to the 2011 season in which they got 117 points. The Canucks have had 7 100-point seasons during the salary cap era, but we've been going through a rebuild since 2016. Vancouver is headed in the right direction, and I believe they'll likely surprise many people by making the playoffs in the 2019 season. The New York Rangers are in 10th with an average of 96.8 points. The Rangers have had an elite team during the salary cap era, but now they're amidst a rebuild, and it is unlikely that they'll be enjoying success in the coming seasons. The Chicago Blackhawks surprised me by being in 9th on this list with an average of 97.4 points. Despite winning 3 Stanley Cups in the salary cap era, Chicago placed 9th on this list because they have had fewer than 80 points in 3 of the 13 seasons. On the other hand, they've been very successful with 8 100-point seasons as well. The Nashville Predators placed in 8th with an average of 97.5 points. The Predators have been a strong team during the salary cap era, and they've only had 1 season with fewer than 88 points. Also, they won a President's Trophy last season, and I believe they're not that far away from winning a Stanley Cup. In number 7, we have the Boston Bruins with an average of exactly 98 points per season. Although I do not like the Bruins, they have been very successful on the ice. They managed to win a Stanley Cup during the salary cap era, and they've had 3 seasons in which they had more than 110 points. The Washington Capitals are 6th on this list with an average of 99.5 points. First of all, I would like to congratulate the Capitals on winning their first Stanley Cup. The Capitals have been very successful during the regular season because they've managed to win 3 President's Trophies. All in all, the Capitals are past their prime, but they will still continue to make it to the second round of the playoffs. I placed the Detroit Red Wings in 5th place with an average of 100.4 points. Between 2006 and 2012, the Red Wings did not get fewer than 102 points. Despite their immense success during the start of the salary cap era, the Red Wings have struggled in the previous 2 seasons, and it is likely that Detroit fans will have to wait a few more years until the Red Wings are relevant again. The Anaheim Ducks are in 4th place with an average of 101.2 points. The Ducks have been very successful in the past 13 seasons, and they've even won the Stanley Cup in 2007. Despite having excellent regular seasons, the Ducks have failed to reach the Stanley Cup Finals in 2007. Nevertheless, the Ducks have been a very good team because their worst season saw them getting only 80 points in 2012. In number 3, we have the Pittsburgh Penguins with an average of 101.8 points. The Penguins have won 3 Stanley Cups, and they have accumulated 10 100-point seasons along the way. The Pens have had a very good core with Crosby and Malkin, and they will likely continue to be successful in the years to come. To my surprise, the San Jose Sharks are 2nd on this list with an average of 103 points. I never realized how great of a regular season team the Sharks are due to their playoff woes. The Sharks have never won a Stanley Cup despite having 7 100-point seasons. Finally, the Sharks' worst season came in 2015 when they got a whopping 89 points. The best team in the NHL's regular season during the salary cap era have been the Las Vegas Golden Knights. The Golden Knights are in first place with an average of 109 points. The Golden Knights have had the greatest season any expansion team could ever ask for, and the Golden Knights may win the Stanley Cup in the next coming years. Thank you for watching this video, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel.